Peace be with you. What does it mean to have faith? What does it mean to believe in God? What should it mean? When a person says, I believe in God, should that simply represent the acknowledgement of the existence of God? Is that enough? No, even the devil acknowledges that. I'm going to read a few verses from the Quran that talks about our existence, our creation, and the interaction between God and the devil in regards to ourselves, and how the devil will always continue to try to lead us astray. And then we're going to talk about consequences of not having faith. In the 7th chapter of the Quran, starting at verse 11, we're told, and certainly we created you, and we fashioned you, and then we said to the angels, prostrate to Adam. So they did, except Iblis. He wasn't of those who prostrated. God said, what stopped you so that you did not prostrate when I commanded you? He said, I am better than him. You created me of fire, while you created him of dust or dirt. So that is the very first sin, pride. And God tells us in the Quran that whoever has pride will not enter the kingdom of heaven, will not enter heaven. So the devil was proud, he was jealous, and he says, I'm better than this. Why are you making me prostrate to someone that is inferior to me? And God said, get away from this, for it does not befit you to behave proudly therein. There is no pride in God's presence. Go forth, therefore, surely you are of the abject ones. Then the devil said, give me more time until the day they are raised up. And God told him, surely you can have more time. And then the devil said, because you caused me to remain disappointed, I will certainly lie in wait for them in your straight path. Then I will certainly come to them from before them and from behind them and from their right-hand side and from their left-hand side, and you will not find most of them thankful. And then God told him, get away from here, despised, driven away. Whoever of them will follow you, I will certainly fill hell with you all. And then we're told, O Adam, live you and your wife in the garden, so eat from where you desire, but do not go near this tree, for then you will be of the unjust. So God says, all right, you can live here, you can do whatever you want, just don't do this one thing, right? If you do this, it will make you evil, it will make you of the unjust. And then the devil approaches them, and he convinces them that they should disobey God. You know, this tree that, that can be metaphorical, that doesn't matter. It simply represents the devil convincing human beings, insan, into disobeying God. And how did he do that? We're told in the 21st verse, and he swore to them both, most surely I am a sincere advisor to you. And then we're told, and then he caused them to fall by the seat. So this is the lesson of these verses, right? The shaitan, the devil, hates you. And he will approach you as a friend and get you to disobey God. And if you do that, then you will do so at your own harm, at your own disadvantage. Consider your children. You know what they don't know. The kid, in the moment when they're chasing their ball, they're going to run into a busy street. They're going to get hit by a car. They're going to get killed or maimed or permanently disabled. And an adult is aware of that. So an adult forbids, makes haram to their children that they should do that, because the adult knows the consequences and the child does not. Same thing for, telling your kid that they cannot go into the van with a man with the candy, right? To the kid, it seems like a good idea. Hey, no consequences, right? Just benefit. But we know better. The consequences can be devastating. And this is our relationship with God. Everything that God has made haram, that the devil tells us, surely I am a sincere advisor to you. You should go commit this zina. You should go commit this. You should go commit that. We might not know the consequences, but Allah, God does. And that is why these things are haram. So when you say, I have faith in God, you should have faith in God. Not that you believe that God exists, but that you trust God, that God knows that if you run out in that street, you're going to get hit by a car, and that is why it's forbidden. That is why it's haram. That God knows that if you go into that van, that you're going to get molested, and that is why it's haram. We are children unable to understand consequences. Haram things are haram because they're forbidden, because God knows consequences and we don't. Just for example, look at zina. Zina led to not a epidemic of sexually transmitted diseases, and out here in the West, about 500,000 babies are killed. More than 500,000 babies are killed each year, most of them simply a product of zina, a genocide. We don't know what we don't know, and God knows what we know. God knows what we don't know. God knows the consequences of our stupidity. And we can look at our own children and realize how naive we are and how important this guidance, this huda, is. So when you say I believe in God, what that should mean is I believe God, and there are consequences to this which I don't want to find out. Peace be with you.